to license the...
Meep, meep.
Hi everybody, and a warm welcome back to Maple Leaf Matchbox Makeovers. I'm Andrew, and on the bench today is a 1:53 scale Matchbox Superfast Beach Buggy. I always thought this one was cute, but it's not the one that I fell in love with. Mine has some serious miles on it. It's lost half its paint, there's a missing headlamp, a broken axle, and the exhaust tips are broken off. It's a diecast disaster. I sure appreciate all the visitors to my channel and subscribers new and old, and if you're not yet subbed up, why not? It's free. And if you like this kind of video, give this one a thumbs up, won't you? And I invite you to leave your respectful comments below. I'd love to hear from you, and tell me where you're watching from and how's your summer been so far. I'd love to know. This build marks the end of my summer vacation, and I'm going to do a custom with some mods on this one in hopes of creating a Beach Boys endless summer. Wouldn't it be great if we could really do that? This casting was produced by Matchbox from 1971 to 1976, and it's part of the original 1-75 series with number MB30. It's probably one of the most popular and well-loved castings, and I bet you've got one somewhere or on a display shelf. This is the first one I've had, and as I've noted, it's going to take some serious work. Starting with the breakdown and the paint stripping, off with the glitter pink and the yellow polka dots. And it's often at this stage, early in the game, that you get to see what you're really working with. And in this case, it's a pretty true casting, and it's not going to require a lot of bare metal work, but I still do the standard once over with the wire brush and a Scotch-Brite, and if necessary, some diamond files to remove any of the unsightly casting line. I've ground off the remaining headlight that was not missing in action, and I'll have to fabricate something to replace those, which is going to turn out to be the biggest challenge here. Community shoutout goes to Timo's Dinky Detailing. Timo is relatively new on the YouTube scene, and he's got an absolutely outstanding channel that I love very much, and I invite you to go and check that out and see what he's all about. He fashions his style after Marty's Matchbox Makeovers, and he does it very well with great detail work and explanation, and it's just a nice, calm, cool vibe on that channel. I'll leave a link in the description so you can find Timo. Tell him Andrew sent you over, and make sure you get all subbed up there, okay? Thanks for doing that. Gone into the paint booth now, and I'm using a new product. It's a metallic green paint that I just found on Amazon, kind of a no-name. It's a German product that you wouldn't know about. And I had to thin it out a little bit, of course, and I'm using a 0.5 needle in my airbrush to blow it through, and it came out quite well. I'm pleased with that. I'll let these couple of coats dry up while I go to work on some 3D printed wheels. The originals were in pretty rough shape, and these are more of a balloon style wheel, which I thought suited the beach and the dunes a little better. I just need to apply some black paint on those and on the inside as well, because I've got an idea coming up later for some DIY hubs. These are what they look like originally on eBay or wherever you get your cars from, and mine had two broken short exhaust tips, and so I'm going to put some extensions on mine that are sticking up instead of straight back out, just to give it a little custom look. One of the mods that I do, the one-piece plastic interior was in fine shape. It just needed some cleaning up. And I always spend a little bit of time and extra care on the windshield with some wet-dry sandpaper, and today some plastic polish, another German product from Sonax that make all of my real car detailing paints and polishes, and they work just fine on the hobby bench as well. This one looks new. Well, I found one of the Matchbox old-timer cars that had a set of these sort of frog eye headlights, and this is all that I had of that one, so it was not a hard choice to salvage the headlamps off this. I give them a shot of chrome paint, and I'll let those dry up, and I'll go to work on those later. Here's a tip that I got from Martin Dares, and that's to take some push pins and cut off the pin part, leaving just the rounded head, and these are going to make fantastic looking moon hubs for when you're working on a VW. In this case, I gave them a shot of chrome paint as well, and I'll attach them later and you tell me what you think. Great tip, Martin. Thank you. For some contrast, the yellow steering wheel, which was actually nicely detailed, gets painted in black, so it stands out a little bit. Everything's dried up and set and been cured in my homemade UV light box. Let's put it all back together. The windshield is going to be held in place by the plastic interior. No need to glue it or rivet it down. Modified engine was also sprayed chrome, and it clips on the back and will be held in place with this little tab on the rear of the chassis. And there's just one screw in the front holding this together. Perfecto. Let's take a closer look at this. Nice metallic fleck paint job. There's the moon hubs. Look what happened. My headlamps went on so low. Oh, I struggled with those. I have to be honest with you, 2 or 3 different times. And when they finally dried and set and I put them on, they looked a little mispositioned. We'll call them fog lamps now because they're so low. But everything else looks good, and so I'm giving this a pass. And I do like those moon hubs on there, suiting the beach buggy look. Pretty beat up, as you remember, and broken axles and missing headlamps and broken exhaust tips. So I have to say I'm quite pleased with how it has turned out for the end of my summer project. And the little mods that I did seem to suit well. Look past those headlamps, they're not the worst I've ever seen, but if I had the patience to do it again, I'd raise them up a little bit, but I can live with that. Hope you can too. And I sure want to say thank you for watching all through the summer, and I hope you had a great vacation time like I did in my wife's home country of Austria. This one is not kid-friendly, so I'm going to pass it on to an adult collector friend of mine who will display it proudly, I'm sure. And I invite you to come back anytime and often. It's coffee time.